Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival Star Salvage. My name is Spanj, and you're joining me just as the Xerox are coming to kill me, it would seem. Now, I've started a little bit of extra work on the base here. I wanted to build a workshop to work on a hover vessel. So I was in the middle of sort of putting that together there. It's not going to be particularly interesting or fun to look at, but the Xerox have decided that my time has come. And we'll be launching a troop transport at me, it would seem. Now, all I have here is the two weapons that we had at the end of the last episode. So this is going to be... this is going to probably be really bad. Now, I don't know what they're going to drop off, but I'm gonna go with troops. Give it its troop transport. And... bad. Level 3 troop transport. Okay. What do you got for us then? 3 men. Oh, I could really do with a sniper rifle right about now. Don't have any form of like healing or anything right now. They're at the doors! Alright, shut one of them down. Die, you filthy... I don't think I'm in range, that's the problem. The tent is bulletproof. It's coming up red, which would normally suggest that I'm in range, but I don't see any kind of, like, indication that I'm hitting. There's got a little bit of low health going on over there, but... not enough, considering I am actually shooting the buggers. He's nearly down, that one. One down. 2 down. Fantastic. Finally. Right. Was just about in range, I think. Literally just on the cusp of it. Alright, we got some nice stuff there, actually. We got some bullets, some credits, some heavy weapon upgrade kits. I mean, that might come in handy. Okay. Oof. Xerox have been expelled. Repair our door. What was that guy attacking? This block was just attacking that block, which I assume is, you know, the most direct access maybe to the core down here. Yeah, he was just shooting through this one to get to the core. And there we go. Okay, so we have thwarted just about using the very most awfulest and basic bitch of weapons. But we have thwarted the Xeraxian Scumbag's advance. Now, I'm a little bit kind of annoyed with myself about this particular bit. I'm going to need to put 2 doors here just to seal it off so it is airtight still. Which, you know, kind of sucks because it looks ridiculous. But until I can get the armored double doors, then that's what I've got, basically. Alright, so I'm just going to put some finishing touches on this, and probably, well, it's not long until darkness comes, so I'll probably sleep through the night again till morning. Now, because we've gone engineering, I don't think I have access to things like medical consoles and stuff. I need to just sort of study. Every time I come up with a problem, I need to go back through these things and be like, well, can I do that? Do I have access to something that does that? Now, there is such a thing as a ramshackle healing station, but that's all the way up to level 10, as you can see. So I think that's probably what we're going to have to go for, rather than the full medical devices that we normally have access to. So a lot of you guys were pointing out that, you know, it's Star Salvage. I should be out looking for hover vessels and salvaging them and stuff like that. Let me ping the old detector for you, and you can see my situation as it is at the moment. We have the escape pod, the large wreckage that we obviously started by, and a spider's nest. I'm not kidding you. That is it. There are no wreckages in sensor range. So basically, I have to go out, pick a direction. We've got 0x to the south and 0x to the north here. I have to pick a direction to try and, like, hopefully find something to salvage. Well, now that I have the environmental suit, that's not so much of an issue. But remember, we got that right at the end of the last episode. Now, I don't want to be wandering around the wilderness when a detector basically doesn't give me any bearing whatsoever. Dying of radiation and cold and everything like that. So that's the reason I've not been out looking for hover vessels. And it's also the reason why I'm sort of looking at maybe starting to build my own. Now, I've got a lot of work I want to do to this base in order to get it like working. At the moment, it's a very simple box. Now, the workshop to like build a hover vessel out here is one thing, but I also want to extend it out the back as well, so that I can actually create enough space in here to put a large constructor. Because this roof is only one high. It looks too high, but it's only one high, so a large constructor won't fit in it. So we'll actually need another room, another build at the other side. So that's what I'm going to be doing during the night here. And well, I'll do what I can during the night, and then I'll show you as I progress. Now, this is just going to be a case of, well, a sort of semicircle hangar bay. That's it. It's not going to be anything particularly exciting. But I'm going to get it done, and I'll show you guys what I come up with at the end. I would say one of the most amazing sort of changes for the latest version of 1.8.10 is control right click. Like, holy crap. Copies the block you're pointing at. So you're building something with a lot of different shapes. Look at that. That's pretty dope, right? That just saves so much time. Thank you, Elion. That is a freaking awesome change. So good. Look at that. So I don't even barely need to go into the atlas at all anymore, thanks to this. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, this is going to speed things up no end, I think. Well. And we got 22 more, actually. That might be enough. Maybe. But yeah, that little change, absolutely brilliant. Love it. Thank you very much, Elion. Very good job. Okay, so here we go then. This is now just a sort of plant room. And I'll probably move the storage out as well at some point. Add maybe another fuel tank in there. Or something, maybe another capacitor generator, depending on if we are maxing out our battery, which we're not even getting close right now. So I've just made this one a little tunnel block. These are just sort of single blocks that you can turn into corridors. It's very efficient when you're low on resources to make corridors, because they are just one block basically. So in here we've got now our food processor and stuff. It's a very boring room, as you can see. But outside, we can have a quick look at that. I think the sun is still yet to come up, but we'll have our best look around. It is just a similar sort of room, but I've gone on a little bit higher on the roof here so that we can have a 2-high room. That's big enough for a large constructor. I figure this 3x3 space as well be absolutely ideal. Put a makeshift turret on as well when we get to that. Speaking of which, we have only 5 points left, so we do need to go out and we need to level up in order to get more points. It looks like, you know, the junk cannon is level 7 anyway. We are level 6 and not far off level 7 in fairness, but we're going to need those points either way. So we want to get that. We get the junk cannon. Hopefully, will keep us safe for a little while longer against the Xerax scumbags. You know what I can't find? Sentry guns. Like, at all. I don't know if it's maybe in vehicle combat, perhaps. I don't know. It's not really a vehicle, is it? It's a base, of crying out loud. Sentry, oh, there they are. Look. Yeah, base sentry guns. Under the combat tree. So that's a shame, because that would be absolutely all I need, really, to keep the Xerax at bay for a while. But still, the junk turret will do, I'm sure, nicely. And I'm not sure what the ammunition is of that, but I guess we'll find out. And the improvised minigun as well would be fine. So, okay. Salvaging is probably the route we're going to go down for most of the stuff, honestly. And then, of course, we've got the engineering as well. Now, let's have a look, see what we need in order to build a little basic hover vessel. I'm not talking about anything particularly flash and fancy. Something that's going to be able to get us around so that we can actually start discovering the wrecks and stuff that you guys are talking about. Okay, so let's filter my hover vessel over here. Looks like we can get, well, we need a hover starter for starters. So we need one of these, which is steel blocks and the core. That should be fine. So we can get like a hover vessel started at least. That's good. Then we need a small generator. Okay, motors, electronics, carbon substrate. We should be able to get that. Small fuel tankers, electronic steel plate, optical fiber. Should be able to get that. Okay, the scrap hover vessel, hover engines, engineering scrap 10, or the ground repulsor engines. The thing that these require engineering components. That's interesting. I've not heard of that one before. Engineering components. Then, what are those? Where are those? Well, I mean, it looks like we can't even make them. But apparently we have one. We have one engineering component. I'm not even sure where that is. But if we make one of these, I bet it won't let us make another one. Well, ideally we want 3. We want like a nice little tricycle kind of setup with these things. That should make us fly pretty fast and quick. Now with the hover vessel, the hope is that I can get something that that I can have a fair bit of storage in, and I don't know, somewhere lighting up, also a harvest container, so that we can get a little harvest module on the front, and then eventually we can get a little drill on the front and start mopping up some rocks a little bit better. Okay, it looks like I can get the 3. Okay, so let's do this then. Hover vessel starter block. Let's get a cockpit, and we want small generator and fuel tank, and that's it. It will work with that. It will work with that. But let's see if we can get a spotlight as well, because inevitably we're going to be outside. Let's see if we can get a Wi-Fi and some cargo boxes. Like 6 of them for now, because we don't have the extensions at all at the moment. And that will do, I think. Maybe some carbon substrate blocks. Although, you know, they're going to look horrendous. So steel blocks are 1 steel plate, or salvage blocks are 1 steel plate. I just built it out as salvage blocks. They, for some reason, seem to be worth a lot more. Yes, I know, the shapes window is screwed up, unfortunately, because the developers don't really want us messing with custom block types. Getting windows to work is more trouble than it's worth. There we go. I might stick to steel then. I don't know. Maybe carbon substrate is the way to go. We only need like 30 or so to give this thing some kind of form or shape or whatever. But okay, so that's all building. I'm just going to... I've got myself turned around. I got myself a chainsaw here. There it is. And yeah, I've still got... I need to have 3 freaking tools here. This is ridiculous. I need a chainsaw. I need to get some more wood. I need some of this, I think, in the fridge over here, because a lot of the recipes for the fridge are dependent on that plant fiber stuff. I also get this weird glitch up here where the tabs don't really properly appear. But we're going to need some bandages and stuff, because my health is about half. And I need to heal myself. So, hello Daylight. How are you doing today? We're going to go a little wander while that hover vessel stuff is building into the ocean, into the sea. We're going to go for a little swim. Because somewhere under the water here. Now, I could go back into the forest there, and there's like corn dogs and stuff, isn't there? So, oh my lord, it's dark. Dark under the sea. But I know if we get into the deep water area, deeper we go, there should be a ton of seaweed under there, and that's plant protein per seaweed. He says, and I'm looking around, and I'm not seeing any. It's like, damn. I swear there was some bloody seaweed down here somewhere. Oh, maybe this is a freaking fool's errand. Well, there is some fish, however. We might already get some meat off of the fish. If we can get something that works underwater. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I forgot to pick up fuel for that. And that doesn't work. Okay, we're not getting fish. There is no freaking seaweed down here, guys. Oh. Well, this is a bit of a wasted trip. Damn. It might be I just need to head into deeper waters. I don't know. That seems like a really far away. I think, to be honest, getting corn dogs is going to be a hell of a lot quicker and easier at this rate. 200 meters from home. All right, let's head back. Screw it. Never mind. Ignore me. The ocean, lake, whatever it is garbage. This is what we want. Corn dogs, which actually stand out reasonably well because they're bright pink in a pretty much white background. So I suppose at least you know, wandering around the woods here, we're going to get all sorts. Pixie stalk, which is herbal leaves, mushrooms maybe. Find them, they're quite rare. Or a natural stimulant as well. Probably going to need that eventually. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to spend a bit of time looking for corn dogs. Tell you what we're going to do actually, while we're out here, we've moved on a little bit, haven't we? Give it a little ping. My god. I don't know where everything is, guys, but it is far away from me. It's just Star Salvage, or no salvage at the moment. Just lots and lots of space. Oh well, we'll do our best. Now we do get bits and bobs out of this rubble though, so you know, we'll keep sort of digging that up, and hopefully we'll have enough to get that hover vessel working. Okay, so here we go. We have our hover vessel components here. Let's go ahead and connect to that box. And then we're going to need the hover vessel starter first of all. Then we've got 40 carbon substrate blocks to play with. Fuel tank, generator, cockpit, the engines, and then the other little bits and bobs as well, which we will fit on there. Now, let me just double check a second before we do start building. Can we actually get... Yes, we can. One of these. The grinder. Now, it would be good to get a couple of those just to speed things up a little bit. So let's see if we can do that as well. And hopefully these little things are going to be able to take that. If not, you know, we might struggle a bit. Right, let me get an extra core and a claim core, because the claim core we're going to want to use go and claim some wrecks. Now I would like an oh, there it is, improvised ship detector. I forgot it looked like the handheld detector after all. Right, let's go into our workshop here, and we'll start by placing the hover vessel down, and we'll make sure that that little arrow that you can just about see at the top of that block there is facing outwards. Because what I'm going to do as soon as I place this down is I'm going to pick these steel blocks up here right away and get rid of these, so we know that the hover vessel is pointing that way. Okay, it's a southbound pointing vessel. Good. Now what I'm going to do with that now is we're going to prop it up, okay, because then we'll have access to the bottom, the underside, and the top side. Okay, we're going to stand ourselves in the corner, face the wall like a naughty boy, press F5 to get our drone out. Now we're going to have a cockpit. Now this gets a bit funny because it might actually fall over if I do this. Let's hope not. Let's hope it stays upright. We want a big chunky cockpit. We don't necessarily need a big chunky cockpit. We can get one of the little tiny ones, to be honest. But the reason I go for a sort of chunkier cockpit in this case, because we are going to be adding a fair old amount of mass to this thing, and the chunky cockpit just gives us a little bit more shape to work with, I think, in my opinion, at least. Anyway, so let's go ahead and plonk that there. It looks like that's center to the weight there, so it's not going to tip over. I mean, if we were afraid of it tipping over, what we could just do is just something like that, and then we can bring that out to the sides as well. And then the great thing about sort of Empyrion mechanics is that as long as we don't take out those bottom blocks, we can disconnect all the other blocks from this frame, reabsorb them, take them back in, and those bottom blocks are still considered sort of connected to the structure, as it were, and so it will stabilize based on that. And there you go, you got yourself a little hovering a place to work from. So we've got 3 hover vessels, hover engines, sorry, my mistake. So we can put one at the front there. It's going to look a bit weird with this cockpit, but we'll do our best. And we can put 2 sort of stabilizers on the back here, but let me put some other blocks down so that we get the vehicle's length kind of sorted out. So we're going to want a generator and a fuel tank. We're going to want some cargo boxes here. I'm going to use these big chunky boys here because they have, I think they have the most SU capacity. You can see the volume capacity in the stats there. That has 250, and none of the other ones come even close to that. 235 is the closest, so this is definitely the biggest cargo box. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and we've got a spare 2 left over for later when we figure out what we want to do with them. Last 2 hover engines there. There you go. We've got our three hover engines. Put the Wi-Fi down, and we put our harvester down in that space as well. We should have the 2 grinders now ready, and we've also got the spotlight and the detector. All right, so this is going to be interesting because the grinders. I suppose we could put the grinders vertical, maybe, like a real weirdo, but there's not really enough space for that. So let's put one on top of the other, I think. We're going to put one there and one underneath. That's probably a bad idea, actually, because the hover engines are not low enough for that. But what we can do is we can easily correct that, because we can just pick these bad boys back up again and remove them one block down. Sorry. I'm going to talk you through this like a professional, like I know what I'm doing, but really I don't. Well, now I'm going to tuck the spotlight in here behind that grinder, right? And it will still work. Now, as for these guys, we can just press page down and they will sit there quite happily like that, you see? And that does actually mean we can probably get the last two cargo boxes here, and that will basically sort that shape out. The last little, the hover makeshift detector thing, we can just slap on the top there, and there we go. That's our hover vessel. Everything else now is optional, really. Now, just bear in mind that everything else will add weight to this craft. So by adding these blocks in, they are very lightweight blocks, but they will add weight, and that could potentially make the performance not as good. So just sort of be careful, I guess, is what I'm saying, I guess, right? So we don't really need a lot of block shaping on this thing. It is just a ramshackle little van, but you know, it's always nice to have a little bit of shaping. So we're going to hit up the symmetry mode here, and I'm going to click center to the cockpit while I've got the N menu open. That's N for November on the keyboard. And then you just symmetry YZ. In the center, you get this nice little green field. And that means any block you place now will be replicated across to the other side. And that way, you can make some little bit of shaping stuff going on here. And do what you want, basically. And that's 30 blocks. You always underestimate how many blocks it's going to take me to sort of shape something even reasonably. So there we go. Okay, well, we've got the ones on the floor, I guess, that we can pick up, but I'm pretty sure we can get away with just making a bunch more. We have got a bit of carbon substrate. We also have, oh, we actually have some more in here as well that, of course, I picked up when we were messing with it. Let's see if we can make like 20 more carbon substrate blocks there. I'm going to rattle too much through my resources is the only problem. So I suppose the other explanation I should give you is why I made 2 cores. Well, the one thing, having a core on the bottom of the ship like that just doesn't really work, does it? So what I think I'm going to do is put the core on the back of the ship here. And what I might do, so it's not completely exposed, is actually take up that harvest repository there, put the core there, and put the harvest repository behind it. That would probably make more sense. So let's put the core, the harvest repository, because I think as soon as I do this, it won't give me the whole core back. Well, it might, but it'll be very rare if it does. Yeah, it just gives you components back, you see. So then we put the core that I made, and then the harvest box. Boom, and there's a little bit of protection there, I suppose, then for the core. And we'll just sort of beef this out a little bit. And that block there is not good enough, I'm afraid. It is not good enough. Not good enough. Now, if you do delete a block like that in with symmetry mode enabled, you have to delete it from both sides. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Oh, let's screw it. You know what? Let's go for a little roundy block. Let's do a little roundiness. There's nothing wrong with a bit of rounded. Let's do the Spanj block on the back there. There we go. Okay, lovely. And we don't really need anything in the middle bottom just yet. I'm going to save the weight for that. And then down the side here, I don't know, let's just do a little bit of finagling. A little bit of shaping. A little bit of random assortments of blocks. And that's me. That's a spent again, isn't it? Okay. Just make sure that if you are running low on blocks, that you place one and you run out, that it also place them on the other side. Because obviously you can only place as many blocks as you've got in your inventory there, so. Alright, a bit of shaping around the side, some nonsense, I don't really know what that is, but there we go. Okay, and last little touches, I suppose. Put a little... Doing this on foot, and I really should be in my drone. And there we go! I mean, you know, we haven't painted it or textured it or anything, but it is basically a piece of crap. So it's oh dear. There we go. I guess that'll do. Alright, we'll see what you can do with it. What we do need is some fuel for it, though. But we know that we can make petroleum, don't we? From last episode, we can make petroleum, and that can run in hover vessel tanks. Where is it? There it is. That's triethanol. Gasoline. That's what we want. Oil shale count. So we can make 22 gasoline. Let's go ahead and do that. I think that'll probably overfill the tank, but that's fine. We can use it to run the hover vessel for a while. The diesel fuel we can use for CVs and bases. Let's not worry about that too much right now. Okay. Wow. The other thing I might consider is maybe some forward thrusters, depending on its performance. We might see if we can get some thrusters, but these require engineering scraps. They require 15 engineering scraps each. And our engineering scraps, well, we got 31. So we could get 2 thrusters. Which is some good forward momentum. But let's see how the little green hover vessels engines do first. Alright, so 50 gasoline then. Let's see. Manage our fuel tank. Bingo. Oh yeah, that fills it up. That fills it up. Put some spare gas in one of the boxes there. Alright, so we've got 6 boxes to play with. Let's see how she handles. Disconnect from that. We're not going to need that for a little while. Alright, she moves steadily and slowly, I'm going to say. It does hover, though. Does hover. And a grand total of... Oh, hello! Stuff! Only grabbed some stuff! Yes! Why is my handheld detector so garbage? There we go. Look, there's a hover vessel just over there. Let's go check it out. Oh, I didn't bring the... I don't think I could make, actually. It was, wasn't an option, was it? The claim core. The claim core. I think we're out of... Ah, giblets. Claim core. Oh, wait. There's a core T1. Where's the claim core? Oh, there it is. Look. It requires 10 computers, of which we have 4. Right, okay. Well, we're going to have to just, like, tear some stuff apart, I guess, then, and hope we get some bits and bobs from it before we can get a claim core and get a whole bits and bobs for it. So, we got some grinders. Now, I don't believe the grinders work on normal rocks, and that's been taken away from it. Yeah, you need a drill for those things. So, the grinders are good for trees. So, we'll be able to at least dig some trees up nice and easily. Without having to get out of the hover vessel. They're also good for spiders, spider management and stuff like that. Oh, look at that. Don't get too close, otherwise the grinders go the wrong side of the tree. What's that about? There were 2 grinders to make this faster. Wow. How many hit points has this tree got? My god. And there we go, there's 8 wood, so... I might take one of these grinders off, actually. This thing turns like an absolute boat. That's its turn speed. Are you kidding me right now? Ow. Okay, we're just going to be strafing our way through this then, I think. Right, hover vessel, harvest, repository, base, cargo box, 12 more logs in there. Alright, fine. Sure, it's quicker than going out and mining it by hand, but there we go. Okay, let's see what this hover vessel over here has got to offer. 500 meters. Silent running. It's deathly silent. Hello, dinosaurs. But we are mobile. Good news is, we are very mobile. The bad news is this thing turns and handles like a boat. But, you know, what do you expect from basic freaking little green hover engines at the end of the day? Hey, look at this. Found our first Star Salvage wreckage. 700 meters away from our base, but actually closer than where we were with the pod crash landed. And yeah, okay, it seems to be a passenger hover vessel, an old, maybe an old, I don't even know. I don't even know. Alright, well, it's got some oxygen in it though, so hello! You scared the living bejesus out of me, you cheeky little devil. Right, we don't have a claim course, but we can absolutely just scrap this down and grab its bits. It's not like there's a shortage of, like, ships and whatnot to salvage. These guys are just here observing, I guess. We can get some fuel out of this. Yeah, 3 fuel. Nice. This is all the steel plate, all the electronics, mechanical components. All good stuff. All very good stuff. So, there's the cockpit as well. Now, obviously, with the claim core, we'll be able to pick and choose which bits we salvage and which bits we actually recovered. So we could recover all these steel blocks. These thrusters, for example, would be very useful to slap onto my hover vessel. Give it a little bit more oomph. But there we go. At the moment, it is just a case of, let's get some materials here. Can you guys stop buzzing around my head, or I am going to take you down, right? I will take you down. You can give me your bits. What are you doing? Yeah. Cheeky devils. Alright, oh yeah, some more thrusters here. So, most of this, I think, is just going to be steel plates and stuff, but yeah, it's still useful. There we go. The multi-tool is coming in handy. Oh, and a fridge. Ah, nothing in the fridge. Okay. Let's get this back to base then, and see if we can get a claim core. And we can find another hover vessel. See if we can actually claim it and get the whole blocks back. Bingo. Claim core. Right then. This should be... We should only ever need this one core, really, as long as we remember to actually pick it up. To now, like, claim whole blocks from a myriad of hover vessels. In the meantime, we've actually leveled up. So we can now unlock the hover engine T1s and the small thrusters as well. Ooh, and the junk turret. Ooh, the junk turret. Okay, maybe let's go into salvaging then and see if we can get the improvised minigun turret. Okay, and we also probably want the large constructor. Bingo, we got the points for it. Now we've got 26 points left over. Let's see if we can get the hover engines. This is definitely going to help us move better. And look, there's the CPU extender. Let's see if we can get the small thruster. Now, you guys might know this. I don't know. The RCSs, are they needed in Star Salvage, or is it like vanilla style usage? You know, I'm going to leave them out for now. Not going to build an RCS, but yeah, let's see if we can get a large constructor up in here. And I'm guessing we need that for the minigun turret. No, we just need a junk cannon and military scraps. Oof. Oof. Okay, I didn't realize that. Junk cannon. Oh. No, we don't have enough points to unlock that. Oh, no. Why is... surely that should be a child object of that. So that... Oh, my God. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I should have looked at what it required before I bloody unlocked it, but still, that doesn't make sense. Okay. We got the large constructor. I need to connect to that box, so can you put it over on the right-hand side so I can connect to it? Please, game. Thank you very much. Because you can't connect to it on the left-hand side. Reasons. There we go. We have a large constructor. Fantastic. What can we do with the hover vessel? We did unlock the... Yeah, there we go. The hover engines. Can we get some of those? Now, the only problem with these hover engines is they're non-directional. They're like, these things are thrusters, RCS, and hover engines. Very weak. They don't do anything very good, but, you know, they do it all right. So, the scrap engines... What are these guys? They give us 41 kilonewtons of force, which require 15 engineering scraps each. Or these guys, which require basic resources each, and give us 55 kilonewtons of thrust. Well, well, well. So you want probably 2 of these in every direction, right? So let's see if we can get 8 of these. Meanwhile, while that's building that, let's go back out and see if we can find ourselves something to go and rip apart. Because it might be... It's a good idea, actually. Let's cancel those thrusters. Oh, wait. What did I build them in? Oh, have you just run out of materials? Yeah, you have. Okay. Fine. You got 2 of the engines out. Right, let's go see if we can actually scavenge the engines and the stuff rather than build them, yeah? Well, it's nighttime. Should we sleep? I feel like we should sleep. We should have a little kip, shouldn't we? Have a little kip. Let's go out in daylight. Lights. Oh my God. The nights on this planet are long. Alright. Let's go. Back out we go with the bus of a hover engine that just does not turn. There's something out in the water. 0x territory, though. Yeah. Probably want to push that. Right, this way. And we can press Shift-I, and it will make this thing a little easy to control, because then we don't have to keep moving the mouse around. So much, at least. Yeah, I don't like this. On sort of responsive craft, I don't like this method, but for these absolute cargo ships of doom, it works quite well. Okay, 300 meters that way, and we've got a enemy contact over there 1 kilometer away. This is not a bad little detector. Oh, we got a big wreck here. A wreckage. The hover vessel I was hoping for, but there's a few more around here that we can definitely see if we can rip apart and get some better engines and stuff. Let's check this out. Don't think this is going to be worth scrapping down, to be honest. I think, however, there is a container or two in here. Ah, beans. Love me some beans. Promethean Fuel. Ooh, liquid fuel created by heating promethium to a high temperature and refining it. And that, I guess, it can be used in anything? I'm guessing. Now, the rest of this will just be steel plates. Oh, another box. And spoiled food. Lovely. Okay. Fine. Let's go see what these hover vessels have got to offer us. At least this guy over here, look. Closest one, I assume. There he is now. This looks like a big hover vessel. Junk hover vessel. Looks like it's got grinders on the front as well. Oh yeah. This might do nicely. Yeah, he's got big thrusters, medium thrusters as well. And container extensions. Excellent. Excellent. And a freaking cockpit as well. Oh, and a drill. And a drill. Oh, jackpot, sunshine. Right, let's see then. How this claim core thing works. We'll stick this somewhere where we're not going to, like, accidentally destroy it. Like there. And, let's get to work. Absolutely get to work. Let me just chuck some stuff in cargo box 1 here. There we go. We're going to need as much free space as we can get. And then we retrieve a medium thruster. A harvest module. A drill. Come on, drill. Oh, what's that? Is that a regular detector? It is a regular detector. Oh, fantastic. Ah, this is beautiful. Now, the cockpit I probably don't need because I've already got one of those, so I might actually salvage that. Because that is a big, heavy bit of equipment, that is. I don't need a big, heavy bit of equipment. I just need the bits from it. There's a T2 hover engine. My God. This is a beast of a machine. Of that. Is that a landing gear? Yeah, retracting landing gear because reasons, and we're full. Okay, fine. That's not a problem because we will just offload what we can into each box. This thing might not get us home. It's entirely possible we won't even be able to take off the ground with this stuff in it. But, you know, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. We have to get out and push. We have to get out and push. Right, I'm going to take these repository boxes. Oh, let's prioritize thrusters first, actually. Medium thrusters. That is beautiful. Although, one thing that concerns me about this is now the CPU. And whether we're going to actually have any. So I might have to invest in maybe the CPU extender or compressor, as they're called in Star Salvage, I believe. And see if we can get it that way. Right, I think, is that all the engines off of this thing? I believe so. So now it's just the repository, the cargo extensions, which, now that we've got a drill, are going to become very useful. This hover vessel that we got here is going to be dismantled completely and rebuilt with all this new stuff. It's quite funny. It only lasted like half a day, but we are going to be replacing it straight away. Alright, all this stuff. Steel blocks, all of it. Get it all. There we go, and full again. So just offload as much as we can into the boxes. This thing is so not taking off the ground, it really isn't. But we'll do what we can. I might just have to come back, is all. Okay, there we go. I think we're as full as we're going to be. So, there's one more cargo box here. But I just don't think... Oh, boy. Or maybe we're okay. Maybe we are okay. Okay, I will come back and finish that one off in a bit. Let's get this stuff back. I've left the core in there. Don't worry, I know I've left the core in there. We'll come back. We just have to offload and then come back and reload this stuff. But yeah, this hover vessel is going to get repurposed, I think. Alrighty, I think I've got everything I want off of this. So we're going to pick up the claim core back up again. This is an amazing feature of this mod, I tell you. This scenario is just being able to pick up cores straight back up again. Love that. Let's see. I want to get a few more hover engines. We were only able to make 2, and we recovered 1 tier 2 hover engine from that hover vessel. I would like some more tier, sort of just normal ones, really. Oh, oh, where's that going? It just took a little tumble, didn't it? So this looks like a little itty-bitty little hover vessel here. Don't think we're going to get much off of this. It's got the 3 repulsor engines, look. Oh, this one looks perfect. I mean, it's falling over, but it looks perfect because, look, it's got the little hover engines on it that I was after. The UCH hover vessel. It's even got an interior and is actually in very good condition. It's really in very good condition, isn't it? Got a cockpit, got an interior, got constructors and container extensions and stuff like that. My lord. This might even be worth... Would this run? Do you think this will run? I mean, it's on a rock. Let me get rid of this rock a second. That'll make it fall flat down. And we can actually have a proper look inside of it. And also shoot these guys and get their juicy giblets. Giblets! Thank you for all the giblets. Right, it's not correcting. Okay, fine. Other than having... No. Oh, it's got 1 thruster. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's put the core in. See what we can do. Okay, I can reach the cockpit, I think. There you go. Power on. No. Okay, what's it missing? Generator. Alright. Oh, I'm all wibbly wobbly. Right. Well, maybe if I go get a generator, I could bring this thing home. The only other thing is, like, well, I could rip the generator out of this. Alright, get this thing working, get it repaired, and then come back and salvage this down. Go back, let's go get a generator. I think this thing will work. Incredibly. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see if we can get this thing powered up then. If I connect to you. 2 generators here. Where do we put them? Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Start off with. Let's just stick them there and there. Alright. And oh, this thing. Oh, there it goes. It works. Frickin' works. Awesome. Doesn't have any reverse thrust. Okay, well that's fine. We can maybe we could do something about that. But oh, hey buddy. How you doing? Yeah? Chilling? Giblets! Alright. Giblets! Right, these guys are brilliant. Just like scrap giblets. Good. Alright, okay. Right, where were we? So let's have a little look-see at this thing. Oh, it's a cool looking boat though, isn't it? Cool looking boat. We've got a hover engine there, I think we do. There's like shaping and bits and bobs and stuff. Let's say you get to the pilot seat from outside. Yeah, I just need some repairs, really. Some replacement components. Somewhere for the generators to go properly. It's a little toit in here, but we can get rid of the passenger seat. And we've got some small thrusters on the back here. Yeah, we could definitely work with this. Right, what sort of cargo space has it got? And this is the junk. Oh, it's got an ammo repository and a storage repository of 1,000. Okay. So, might actually be able to fit what's in my hover vessel in this one. First of all, let's put some fuel in it. Top it up there a bit, so it's going to go the distance. And then let's connect to the storage repository. There we go. And we're going to retrieve everything out of this. Here we go. Oh, brilliant. I've just built this thing, but you know what? Now we're getting dismantled. Things don't last long in Star Salvage. Alright, let's get this thing home. Gonna be a bit of a slog until we can get it obviously repaired, fixed up, and upgraded with some new thrusters and stuff like that, and engines and whatnot. It's gonna be a bit of slow going, and I have to be very choosy about the sort of terrain that I go over, because see, it's underpowered. This is cool. Found ourselves a UCH hover vessel in pretty good condition. Decent upgrade. Alright, we are home. We are home, and I have made a little modification to the workshop here. So I just took some blocks out, put a different floor in, swapped some inverted like slopes up in order to actually hold the hover vessel, but also so that we can actually work on these side bits as well. So we've got a proper little mechanic trench here in the workshop. Now this thing needs a fair bit of work here to bring it up to usable. Obviously we need to change out all the thrusters and stuff, or maybe these are smalls, so maybe consolidate the smalls to the side thrust and use the mediums that we got for forward and backwards. And there's some repair work to do to some of the hover engines are obviously missing. I'm going to try and restore these hover engines like as they are on the vessel. So, you know, we're going to try and restore this as best we can. So we've got one side here which I can use as a reference to repair this side, and then we've got a little bit of work around the front to do with hover engines. There, I assume there was a grinder at the front there. I want to see if I can work in some kind of asymmetrical contraption for the drill that we've got. There's a space on the top for the turret. And the last thing I think I want to do is take the rear door out, abandon this kind of access area here, turn it into purely just generators, fuel tanks, and storage. And then, because we can access the hover vessel from the sides, through these little side hatches, look. And as you just saw, I pop out the top. Ying, bink, I'm out the top. I might also put a hatch there as well, so I can access it from the top. Might be good. And we'll get rid of the passenger seat. I'll probably get rid of the constructor as well, because I think that's an unnecessary CPU drain. But with the 6 hover engines, medium thrusters and stuff, this thing should hopefully work pretty well, and we'll get a junk turret to sit on top and we'll be able to defend itself. So, bit of work to do, but with the new mechanic trench and workshop here, this should be a reasonably easy restore job. Let's see what we can come up with. Alright, well, I've been interrupted once again by a base attack. Oh, shit. Okay, well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, I need to face them, because if there's no defenses on the base yet. So we're going to have to just basically try and... Is one of these a minigun? Yes, one of them's a minigun. The minigun's the main frickin' problem here. I can get underneath it, might be able to survive. I can pull those drones away from the base. Oh, we've got the ammo for this. How much health they've got. One down. Okay, so that's the most important one down. 27 rounds left to take 2 of them out. There's another troop transport. I wouldn't be still worried, but rocket drones? Yeah, that's a problem. Come on, don't run out of ammo. I'm definitely going to run out of ammo. Where's the other one gone? Hey! You better be focusing on me. And not the frickin' base, yeah? Great. Two down. I gotta take the last one down with just a shotgun. Alright. This seems fine. Damn it. Dodgy bastard. Come on. You got nothing. Booyah. That was tight. That was close. That was gnarly. That was difficult. But we did it. With junk weapons. I don't quite know how, but I did it. Okay, well. Oof. In the dark as well, but we're okay. Alright. Whoa, bloody hell. Calm down. We definitely need to get a freaking junk turret on the roof of that thing. And, yeah. I just need more stuff, basically. I need more materials, so... let's get back to work on the hover vessel. We get that drill attached, and then hopefully that will speed up acquiring stuff. Well, anyway, there we have it. The hover vessel, I believe, is ready, although I am slightly worried about its generator capacity. Well, we'll find out soon enough if that's going to be a problem or not. But I think I think I've restored it reasonably well. I have changed some parts of the hull, and you know, you could see that now. And obviously now I've attached this drill to the front. The one drill that we have, I've kind of tried to make it look like a haphazard kind of construction. And make it look like it's sort of strapped on there with with scaffolding, basically. And so it looks like proper rickety, like it's going to fall off at any moment. Hopefully it won't. And then in the back, got a couple of extra cargo boxes in there in the fridge and a little side-mounted door, but we've got the medium thrusters up there now. Some nice red tail lights. All 6 hover engines are in place. So let's power on and see what happens when we do that. Okay, it has fuel. Power on. Is the generator exploding? 15%. Well, it's not doing anything. So, all right. Let's see. Okay, she still turns like an absolute tugboat, but you know. Oh, she moves though. She moves, and generator. This is one small generator I've got going on here. Yeah, let's see if, what's our, CPU stats at the moment. Okay, so we've got a bit of CPU. Let's see if we can get some RCSs in here to help us turn. I think until we can get some mediums on the left and the right, you know, it's not great. Anyway, so does the drill work? Does it pick up surface rocks? Yes, it does. Okay, that's fantastic. Although the using it with the shift I is a friggin' nightmare. Also, the hover height needs to come down. Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh, yes. Now we're talking. So we are picking up stone. We don't even have to get out of the hover vessel. We just sort of nuzzle up against these things. Difficult to see in first person. But yeah, it takes a little refined kind of touch, you know? Sort of going up against these rocks and just sort of going, hey, how you doing? Give me your giblets. Give me your giblets. But yeah, it's working, and we are getting resources. How many resources we are going to be able to get in our harvest repository of 4,375 capacity? Hopefully a fair old amount. Fair old dude. We're going to have to basically take on these rocks and ones like it for quite a while. Build up materials required, I think, to get guns and stuff. Let me turn F6 back on so that we can actually see what's going on in Xerox territory here. Because that is a level 3 something. I don't know what. But we can go and have a little look. But I suspect that the further away we go, we might get some interesting wrecks. Right, what do you think that is over there? It looks like it's just a defense tower. We're in the junkyard right now. We got some junk hovers, look, and they've got engines on them and stuff. So what we definitely need to do is carry on going around these things, getting the engines off of them, any like nice components. Maybe one of these will have a gun on it or something, you know? Because the little scrap robots that are floating around here, well, we've killed plenty of those, and none of those have given us military anything, so... Little junk hover vessels. Oh, hello. Abandoned mining towers? Polaris! Oh, hello, Polaris. And, junk scout vessels. Wait, is that a small vessel? I think it is, you know? I think it is a small vessel. Got some goodies in it. O2 station. Why do these things never have anything in the fridge? Drill and sniper ammo. But yeah, that is an SV. That is excellent. Okay. So there we go. Next episode then, we're going to do some actual exploring of our planet here. We're going to see if we can find some nice things, nicer than the crap that we're finding here. A little further afield. But we're just basically going to go out on a big old scout mission and see if we can find anything really, really cool that we can take over. So that we can get some guns. We need some guns on our base, and we need some guns on this hover vessel if we're going to have any chance to defend ourselves against the Xenaxian scam made this wasteland what it is today. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be all for today. I do hope you've enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.